So my name is Nikolas. I'm a professor of sociology and I'm head of the Department of Global Health and Social Medicine, which is at King's College in London. I started off as a critical psychologist, looking at the relationship between psychology and the management of deviant populations in prisons. I worked for a year in a school for maladjusted children, became very interested in the way in which that idea of maladjustment was both a psychological theory and an administrative tool. In the very last period, I've been focusing in particular on neuroscience and on the brain and on new ways of thinking about the relationship between the brain and its world. All those questions about how adversity gets under the skin and shapes and often stunts the life chances of individuals, those really have been my passion to explore those over the last years, working closely between the social sciences and the life sciences and neuroscientists, trying to build new alliances that can understand these key issues for our time. I came here first in Aarhus, I can't remember, 15 years ago perhaps, and at that time I met Professor Uffe Juul-Jensen and his Health, Humanities and Culture group.
I think that Nikolas is a very interesting and extraordinary combination of an educator and a researcher. He reaches out not only to all the students from many different fields, but also to people outside academia, the newspapers, radio and so on and so forth. But also he has contributed in an important way to developing philosophy of science, especially philosophy of biology and philosophy of medicine, showing how these are interconnected, not standing outside and just looking at it as a judge, but trying from inside out to understand how complex and important the relation between biology and medicine is today.
Thanks very much, Finn, for the introduction, and thanks to Finn and Peter for inviting me back to Aarhus. I'm always delighted to be here. There are other people I've worked with at Aarhus, in particular Andreas Ropsdorff, and who has very similar interests to mine about the relationship between mind, brain and society. So I intend to keep pursuing that link. I hope to pursue my links with medicine because in a not self-evident way, although my work is not philosophical, it intersects with the work of that Health, Humanities and Culture group, especially around questions of philosophy of medicine, new philosophies of medicine, and new non-reductionist ways of thinking about the role of biology in the shaping of health and illness. And I'm hoping to do some of that in collaboration with colleagues here at Aarhus University.